Boerne Radio's Town Hall program is paid for by the Besa Martin campaign here on Boerne Radio 103.9 FM.
I'm Besa Martin, and I'm running for Kendall County Judge. As a rancher and a conservative attorney, I've fought to pass voter ID, protect our water resources, defend girls' sports, and stand up to rising property taxes. I've served our community, helping build the new Boerne Library and Kendall County Youth Ag Center. You deserve a judge who will show up to work, listen, and use the power of the office for the people, not against them. I'm Besa Martin, candidate for Kendall County Judge, and I'm asking for your vote. Political ad paid for by the Besa Martin campaign.
And welcome to Boerne Radio's Town Hall program. Baron Wiley broadcasting from the Richter studio in downtown Boerne, right off of Main Street. And I don't know if you've heard, but early voting is happening right now. Election day is March the 3rd, and one of the major races is the Kendall County Judge seat. And across the table from me, Besa Martin. Welcome to Boerne Radio. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me, Baron, and I'm really excited about the race, and I'm encouraging everybody to get out and vote. It's very important that you exercise your right to vote.
Absolutely. Are you going to be hanging out at the early voting places? And
I will be at the early voting places, and of course got some other things I have to do, but I'll be there very often.
You could be doing something every day and every night.
A lot of people to see and a lot of questions to answer.
I know you already, and you like meeting people, and especially so many characters around here in Boerne.
I love meeting everybody in Kendall County. There's so many wise and intelligent people here in our county, and I just think that they need a voice at the county judge's office.
Well, I think people deserve to know you, of course, and that's what the great thing is about this program. They can hear your stories. It's okay, Besa, let's go. This is so funny. I told you this the other day. I was thumbing through an old Boerne Star, and you'd won some award. This is like 20 years ago. How long have you been in Boerne?
We've been in Boerne since 2003, so over 20 years.
Well, you haven't changed in 20 years.
Well, I don't know about that. You're very kind, Baron.
Well, let's talk about who you are. What do you do before we get into politics?
So I'm a rancher and I'm an attorney, and I've been a community bank director for over 9 years. I resigned from that bank board in December so I could run for county judge. And then I've also been an appointee by Governor Abbott to the Real Estate Center Research Center there at Texas A&M University.
That's what it was. It was a real estate award that you won, now that you mention it, right? Does that sound familiar?
Well, it might have been, or an A&M. I've gotten some honors from A&M as well. So.
All right. But nice nod from Governor Abbott. Thank you.
Yes, Governor Abbott appointed me to the Texas Real Estate Research Center in 2016, and then he reappointed me in 2021, and the Senate confirmed me.
Congratulations. That felt pretty good.
It did. It's quite an extensive process to put your application in and have them go through all of the qualifications.
Absolutely. Now, I know your daughter's helping you out on this campaign as your kind of your marketing PR person, or what is she doing?
I think she's my secret weapon. She is very, very good at visiting with people, and a lot of people know her, and she's very helpful and positive and encouraging.
So as she's alongside of you, when she was growing up and you were getting, recognized by the governor, was she proud of you, or were you not cool enough?
Well, she enjoyed it. The only thing is I've been involved with politics for a very long time. So I was the legislative chair for the Texas Federation of Republican Women. And as part of that, we have a legislative session that we invite the legislators to. So I took my daughter, Delaney, who was at the time, I believe she was about 8 years old, and we went to every Republican office in the Capitol.
Wow.
And so she had a really good time. They were all giving her candy. So about the third office, she had to pick up a bag, and it was like Halloween, going through the Capitol. But so she's been involved for a long time, but sometimes her feet get tired.
So now you're raising the next generation here.
Yes.
With the Kendall County Republican Women, I know, and with the Republican Club here, you've just been active this whole time. And then you said, I'm going to run for judge.
So I had a lot of people come to me and ask me, won't you run for judge? Won't you run for judge? And I told them, no, I'm too busy. I've got too many things going on. And so as the year went through last year, I was able to wrap up a lot of business opportunities and complete some things that I'd been wanting to do. And growing up on a ranch, my father had always taught us, whatever you can do, you should do to help out the community. And so I thought, well, I have an opportunity here. And I had a really good friend say, well, if you have people that you respect asking you to run, you might want to think about it. So I thought, well, I'll put my name in the hat. And if Kendall County wants me to serve, then I'm happy to serve Kendall County.
Besa Martin, we hear your messages here on Boerne Radio, and you mentioned that you had a hand in the foundation of our Patrick Heath Public Library.
Yes, I was very involved with the raising of private funds for the Patrick Heath Public Library. There was a group of individuals, and we went out and everyone saw the need for a new library. And there were some great ideas. So we captured those ideas, and then we thought, okay, how can we fund these? And I think it's really important whenever you get the public and you get the private investment in, that shows that you really have the right path going forward. And I know there's a lot of individuals that have really enjoyed the Patrick Heath Public Library, and it's been a great addition to our community.
Absolutely. My kids are at college, and they come to town, and they want to go to the Patrick Heath. It wins awards every year for some strange reason, so thank you for having the vision to invest in that and to give us this gift we still have today. Thank you.
You're welcome, and I really enjoy investing in the community. Another one is the Kendall County Youth Ag Center. I was involved in the creation of the legal entity for that, and I volunteered my time in order to do that. I think it's really important to invest in the youth here in Kendall County and of course, throughout the state. But whatever we can do in the community to help them, I think is a great idea.
Another great gift to Kendall County. And again, you've had your hand in that, and now you want to serve again as Kendall County judge. And so let's talk about the big issues here. I'm going to start with water.
Water is a real issue here. I've heard a lot of people talk about, we've got to make sure that we have enough resources for the people that are already here. And if you look at the Cow Creek Groundwater District monitoring wells, you can see where those wells have continued to go down. And so Cow Creek does a very good job of managing those resources. But at the same time, I think that there could be additional advocacy from the county offices in order to support them in the legislature and to get funds to help us come up with additional sources of water for Kendall County.
And again, Cow Creek right here serving us with this great wisdom with just conservation. And as a conservative, we're on board.
Yes, that's very important too, the conservation. And I think the county needs to work with the city. I think the city has some good ideas on HVAC recapture and some conservation ideas that they have on their agenda as well. So we just need to collaborate and make sure that we had a unified voice in the state legislature and in the federal legislature to get whatever resources we can in order to support our citizens.
Hey, we're talking with Besa Martin. She's running for Kendall County Judge. You're listening to Boerne Radio 103.9 FM. All right, another big one, infrastructure, traffic.
Traffic is a big issue, and I think we need a stronger relationship with TxDOT and with Boerne in finding those solutions. One of the ideas that I've had that I think would really help is I think there needs to be a strengthening of the 3351 intersection down in I-10. If that was made a little more seamless, you could have direct access onto I-10 out of 3351.
Of course.
And there's so many people that say that they don't want to go down 3351 because they get jammed up right there at I-10. And so with the 46 coming across Kendall County and to have that 3351 to be a really good access road to I-10, it would alleviate some of those problems.
You're the first person that I've heard to say that.
Well, it's a little outside of the box, I think creatively, and that's also in Bexar County.
Yeah.
So we'd have to work with Bexar County, which I don't think they'd have any problem eliminating that congestion if TxDOT would come in and do that engineering and do that construction.
McDonald's won't like you flying over them, but that's okay.
I think there'd be
They'll
some
be okay.
access down there on the road.
Exactly.
Someone would need some gas to get in there.
If you're like me, Besa, I don't blame people for moving to Kendall County, but we are one of the fastest growing counties, not just in the state, but in the country. And so how do we manage that?
I think one of the big priorities that Kendall County needs to have is to make sure that the residents here that are already living here have the services and the resources, i.e. water, in order to sustain them living here. I think if we have a reasonable rate of growth with some strategic planning, which strategic planning means we've got to look at those risks prior to approving the developments. This is a long-term development plan, and so we need to look at the risks involved, what the solutions could be, and then project that out and have a better plan.
Well, of course, we love our neighbors in Kendall County, and so you are welcome, but you are all about being a good steward. And so with that, I would like to kind of change gears here. Again, by the way, learn more about Besa Martin right now at our website, electbesamartin.com, B-E-S-A. I got to ask you, how did we get to Besa from your given name here?
It came from a little friend that I had when I was like 3 years old.
Really?
And they tried, my mother and dad often tried to bring my name back, but Besa stuck. So that is my name.
Forever. That's wonderful. Do you have to spell it every day?
I have to spell it and pronounce it.
Exactly. You've heard it all.
Yes.
I get the same thing with Barron. Let's continue the conversation, though, and being a good steward. Part of being a Kendall County judge is you gotta have some influence on the budget.
Right.
So let's dig into that a little bit.
Right. I think it's really important for the budget to be looked at through an audit pair of eyes. And having been audit chair at my community bank, I understand what that takes, and I understand the talent that takes. Some of the things that I would like to look at is I would like to look at the rising cost of litigation here in Kendall County. We're spending a lot of money on litigation and attorneys. Even though I am an attorney, I don't think the county should be spending a lot of money on those issues. And then I think we need to look at the new positions created and what efficiencies those have brought, in fact, to the office or to the county. So I think there's a lot that can be done. Of course, I'd have to get in there and spend time with each department because, being Kendall County judge and looking at the budget, that means that you're looking at the budget of the district courts, you're looking at the budgets of the sheriff's department, you're looking at road and bridge, you're looking at the animal control. And so you need to engage the people that are running those departments in order to have a better idea of what's going on with their budget. But it just seems like in the last few years that the administrative costs at Kendall County have gotten really high.
I just want to make an observation here. Your experience with Sonora Bank has prepared you for this role. Your experience as a rancher has prepared you for this role. Would you agree?
Yes, it's very interesting how the different aspects of my professional life and personal life
and real estate
have all funneled into a position where I would be able to serve Kendall County with a lot of different skills.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Besa Martin. ElectBesaMartin.com is the website. What do you need right now?
So I would really appreciate each voter going out there and looking at my qualifications. And if I meet your standards, then I would ask for your vote in this race. Please vote for Besa Martin, Kendall County Judge.
Living in Kendall County, well, we kind of get what we pay for because we pay our share in taxes. What is your take, Besa Martin, on property taxes in Kendall County?
As you know, in Kendall County, we pay a lot of money in property taxes. One of the aspects of that is the value of the houses. And the Kendall County Appraisal District sets the values, but they are reviewed by the Texas Comptroller's Office. So oftentimes we'll have the Kendall County Appraisal District set values in line with our market, but then we have the Texas Comptroller coming on the backside and saying that our values aren't high enough. Kelly Hancock, who is the current comptroller, he was in Boerne a couple of weeks ago, and I asked him about this. He was receptive to the question, but I still think that we need to have more advocacy in the comptroller's office to make sure that Kendall County is not paying property values in the range of Bexar County. So I think we need to make sure that the Kendall County property taxes aren't influenced by Bexar County.
Do you have anything on your agenda where you'd like to see improvements?
I think that the people doing the everyday work here in Kendall County, the blue collar workers, we need to make sure that they're compensated appropriately, because 3% raise at their level is not the same as a 3% raise at a higher level, like at the county judge's level. So I think we need to make sure that the people that are out there in their jeans and doing all the hard work get paid the right amount.
If you've been to electBesaMartin.com, you have a blue jean theme going on through it. You speak blue jean.
I do speak blue jean because I think it's the daily workers. They're the people that make Kendall County run and make Kendall County a great place to live.
Let's celebrate our law enforcement, our first responders here in Kendall County. I'm a big fan of every department. So is Kendall County. We love them.
Yeah, I think it's amazing the work that our sheriff's department, that our Boerne Police Department, and the EMS does. I think what they do is commendable. And then also we have our volunteer fire departments who do a tremendous amount of work. And I think it's really important that the county judge takes note of all of those and makes sure to go and communicate with those individuals in the departments and make sure that they have the resources that they need.
I'm also a big fan of how our police department and our sheriff's office, they work together. We're all on the same team.
Right. And I think that's one of the reasons Kendall County has such a high quality of life, because we have law enforcement that protects our citizens, and then we have a court system with the district courts, and they provide very good protection prosecuting those cases that the sheriff's department and the city officers bring to them.
Besa Martin, again, running for Kendall County Judge. Election Day is coming up on March the 3rd. Please go early vote. It'll save you a lot of hassle on Election Day. Besa, I know you're working hard. You're knocking on doors and shaking hands and going to events.
I want to thank my supporters out there for all of your support, day in and day out, early in the morning and late at night.
I know. So let's dream a little bit, Besa Martin. So first day of judge, what do you want to do?
I want to work on building a very positive, professional team for the whole county. I think that leadership is something where if there is a problem, it's your problem as the leader, and you have to engage everybody on the team and make sure that you're all working towards a solution that you've agreed on. And you need to have all the voices in the room, and then you have to decide what action are we going to take. And once you take that action, if it works, it's great. If it doesn't, then you have to adjust. But you have to communicate, and you have to listen, and you have to take action.
Well, Besa Martin, I want to thank you. I want to congratulate you on all your hard work and wish you the best. A special God bless you. Prayers for you. I know a lot of people are praying for you. But on top of that, I'd like you to ask our Boerne Radio listeners for their vote.
Boerne Radio listeners and all of Kendall County, I'm humbly asking for your vote. If my qualifications meet your standards, then I would ask you to vote for me for Kendall County Judge, and my office will be open for you to come and talk to me.
And of course, we can find you online at electbesamartin.com, and Besa is B-E-S-A, electbesamartin.com, and you'll just be out and about, and we'll see you on Election Day.
Thank you very much, Baron. I really appreciate the opportunity to visit with you and let Kendall County hear my voice.
Excellent. If you're hearing this on the radio, this full conversation is available online at BoerneRadio.com on our podcast page, or at BoerneRadio.com. Look for Boerne Races 2026, and you'll find all the candidates who've partnered with us. And I thank you again for being a part of Boerne Radio, Besa.
Thank you, Baron.
And thank you for listening to Boerne Radio 103.9 FM.
I'm Besa Martin, and I'm running for Kendall County Judge. As a rancher and a conservative attorney, I've fought to pass voter ID, protect our water resources, defend girls' sports, and stand up to rising property taxes. I've served our community, helping build the new Boerne Library and Kendall County Youth Ag Center. You deserve a judge who will show up to work, listen, and use the power of the office for the people, not against them. I'm Besa Martin, candidate for Kendall County Judge, and I'm asking for your vote. Political ad paid for by the Besa Martin campaign.